Hey guys, Auspicious Aussie here, and welcome to episode 9 of my Into Miami series. Now, today's episode is, of course, the preseason for our second season here in charge of Miami. Got a lot of trades to go over, and we've got some preseason fixtures to get into. We're also going to take on both Seattle and Sporting Kansas City for this first episode of our new season. Let's get into the transfers. Now, we've got a lot to go over. We're going to transfer history. As you can see, we've got a couple of players in, a couple of players out. So we've got George Acosta and Christian Macoun. Now, both of these guys were already at the club when the game starts. As you can see, Acosta here, he was born in Miami, so kind of a little bit sad for him to go to an extent, but I really didn't use him. We've got so many central midfielders at the moment. He's more of an attacking midfielder as well, and he's also only got one strength, so didn't really fit what I was doing. But as you can see, got picked up pretty quickly by the New York Cosmos, and hopefully he'll have a pretty successful career, in the lower tier of American football. And the other player was Christian Macoun. As you can see, he's currently underbid by Deportivo Táchira, who I assume is from Venezuela, where he's from. Basically, we waived him because he hasn't played for us at all, and he was on about 5.5k per week, which I think is pretty ridiculous when you consider that we don't play him, and it just seems really wasteful. So we managed to waive him, and as you can see, no one picked him up from the waiver draft either. Now, the two players we brought in the super draft got Josh Ripkin, in case you didn't see the last episode. Pretty decent right back, I would say. And then the other guy we got is Herb Brook, who's a somewhat decent, probably more a backup central midfielder, left-footed as well. So they're pretty good. The player that we actually brought in from Barcelona B, is Gerard Fernandez, 14.5k for this 18-year-old striker. As you can see, he looks pretty incredible for 18. Really good, sort of attacking stats. Somewhat similar to Carranza, but obviously he's about 3 years younger than Carranza at the moment. As you can see, got a lot of potential left, 4, maybe even 5-star potential there with the blacked out star and a 3-star current ability. He's also only on 1.4k per week, which is 400 higher than the senior minimum, which is beneficial for the team in terms of our salary cap. So yeah, very happy to get him in. Now, if we go into trades here, this is where we really sort of did our business. Now, the first one was this one here. We've got Chase Gaspar. Of course, you guys sort of, I think I talked about it in one of the previous episodes, but as you can see, we gave them our second pick in the Super Draft for next season, and we also gave 40k targeted allocation money, and we got him from Minnesota. As you can see, show him again. He's a very, very solid left back, only 25 years old, and only on 1k per week, which is the minimum. Really happy to get a solid, really strong backup left back. The next player we actually sold was Matthias Pellegrini. Yes, the left winger has left the club. You might be wondering why. Why would I sell what is essentially our best player? There's a very good reason for that. You might have seen it already, but as you can see, we managed to get an international slot, a permanent international slot from New York. So not only does that allow us to get another international player in the club for our squad registration, but it also takes that spot away from New York Red Bulls, which is essentially going to benefit us even more going forward. We also got the 16th pick here for the second round of the draft that just passed in January in the last episode. Now, the next player we got in was Walker Zimmerman. As you can see, very strong, very solid centre-back here. Of course, we're going to be playing with ball-playing centre-backs. Kind of fits the mould, good passing, lacking a little bit of technique in first touch, but overall, he's very strong, very good in the air. 15 caps for the US national team. Pretty hefty wage, 8.75k per week. But Zimmerman is going to be a very solid rock in our defense, which we were kind of lacking last season. We got him from LAFC, and basically we got him for a second round draft pick in the draft that we just finished. A second round draft pick. Mental for a player of that quality. Anyway, the next player we actually let go of, well, two players, as you can see here. Brandon Bai, the backup right back for us, and Tyler Derrick. As you can see, he's been further traded. Well, he was actually waived, and then he's been picked up here by New York. But yeah, we gave them those two players, 240k for, as you can see, 2 first-round picks in the 2023 draft. So we'll essentially have 3 first-round picks for that draft. And basically, we don't really need those two because, we've already replaced Brandon Bai in the draft, in the super draft. And the next player we're going to get into here has replaced Tyler Derrick. And that player is Sean McDermott. This guy is exactly what you want in a goalkeeper. 27-year-old, sweeper keeper, 17 reflexes, 15 rushing out, 15 one-on-ones, 14 handling. Pretty good, mental stats there as well. Hefty wage, which is the only real downside. 6.75k per week. But, this guy is probably, like, on paper, he looks like one of the best goalkeepers in the league. And I'm really, really happy we picked him up. We got him for relatively cheap as well. The allocation money is quite steep, but only a 2nd and 4th round pick for that 2023 Super Draft, which we're going to have 3 first-round picks anyway, so it doesn't really matter about the 2nd round pick. And then, 1.5 mil in the general allocation money. Now, I spent that much money purely because every 3 years, whatever you don't spend is gone and wasted. It resets itself every 3 years in the MLS. So we may as well use it. We've got another year left. And it just made perfect sense. And we've got, like I said, one of the best goalkeepers in the country. Now, I still think that the academy's bugged. I'm not 100% sure if they've fixed it. They've been doing a few hot fixes recently. Anyway, let's get into the preseason fixtures, and then I'll get into the lineup for our first game against Seattle. As you can see, we managed to beat Tampa Bay 1-0. We only managed a 2-2 draw with Cincinnati. Beat Charleston Battery 2-1. We also beat the LA Galaxy away from home 3-2. Smashed Minnesota 3-0 at home. And then we just lost 3-1 to Colorado away from home. And this result kind of makes me think that the tactic isn't going to be working too well, the attacking tactic. So for this first game, I think I'm going to stick with the AC Milan tactic, which I'm using over on my other series with AC Milan. It's a balanced, this one isn't actually balanced, but if we change that to balanced, this is basically what we use. As you can see, a little bit, it's fairly similar. Basically, we've just taken the advance forward away and put him down into a deep-lying playmaker. So the starting lineup for today is going to be McDermott in goals, Olasunde at right back, Zimmerman and Abubakar as our centre-backs with Garza at left back. Martial will be the defensive midfielder today. And we're going to go with Salazar and Fabinho as the centre-mids. Cisneros is going to be on the right wing, Mizcic on the left wing. Now, Mizcic is essentially the reason why I actually sold... what's his name? I've completely forgotten his name. Why I sold Pellegrini. Mizcic, I feel, has the potential to be one of the best players in our team. Still only 18. As you can see, 16 dribbling, 16 first touch, 15 crossing. Got really good determination there as well. And I'm assuming his pace is going to go up. He's got 13 acceleration and 13 pace there as well. He's going to be good, and we need to be playing him as much as possible. As you can see, the scouts do rate him pretty highly. Still essentially got at least a star of growth, which I think he'll do really well. Anyway, the bench today is going to be Brown, Ripken, Gaspar, Fernandez, Zelalem, Locklear, and Carranza. Just wanted to give a bit of a shout out to Seattle as well. Of course, in real life, Seattle have actually... Ooh, that's not a very strong centre-back. Hopefully we can tear him to shreds. But yeah, they've won the MLS Cup last week, I believe. I did actually watch the highlights for that, as there was an Australian playing, Brad Smith. Formerly of... Well, I think he's still contracted to Bournemouth, but... Yeah, he was playing... And I think he actually made history, the first ever Australian to win the MLS Cup, which is pretty cool. And I think now he's on international duty with the Australian national team. Alright, let's see what we can do here today. I mean, that last friendly game really didn't fill me full of confidence. Anyway, Cisneros... What can he do with it? Lays it back to Olasunde with a good cross in. Mizcic. There we go. There we go. 1-0. Olasunde. And it has to be Mizcic. It has to be. This kid's got so much potential. I feel like he could be one of the best players in the MLS. Give it, 2 more seasons. By the time he's 20. I mean, who knows? Who knows what could happen? Anyway, as you can see, this tactic, it's not an attacking tactic. We probably won't be scoring too many goals, but I feel like it's so much more solid defensively when I'm playing with AC Milan in the other series. So, hoping for it to sort of carry over this 4-1, 4-1. If it doesn't, I'm going to try something else. I don't really want to go back to the 4-4-2 at the moment. Possibly a 4-3-3 might be the next thing I try. But the only downside with that is the fact that we've got really good wingers. And they might be left out. Anyway, Cisneros. Oh, was that on the half volley? Have to see this replay. I think this was on the half volley. Garza to Mizcic. It was on the volley. It was actually on the volley. Oh my god, what a goal. I mean, we're 2-0 up. We're cruising at the moment. Can we push on and get a third? Olasunde. Mizcic. Oh, it's going to go over. A little bit unfortunate, but I'm just really happy with the performance so far. Alright, not a bad first half for our first MLS game of the season. I have to say, I am very impressed. I thought Seattle were going to be a much tougher opponent. Salazar! He's onside. That's his first goal. I mean, it's everyone's first goal of the season at the moment. But we're 3-0 up. 54 minutes in. I mean, that was a very good free kick by Fabinho, actually. Full credit there for the assist. I mean, I didn't think we'd be scoring this many goals with this tactic because, like I said, it is more balanced. It's more of a focus on both attack and defense. And of course, that deep line playmaker in the defensive midfield position is pretty vital to not conceding all these goals. Still fairly susceptible to the counter-attack, similar to the 4-4-2. And that is because I try and play with a higher line of defense, which can obviously, it can backfire, but it also allows you to press the game a little bit more. Anyway, let's make a couple of subs here. We'll get Josh Ripken on for Olasunde. And then I think let's get, Fernandez. We'll give Fernandez his debut, the 18-year-old Spaniard. We may as well just do 3. We'll give Gasper his debut as well. I will take Cisneros off, but we don't have another right winger on the bench, unfortunately. Olasunde out to Mizcic. Gaza. Mizcic again. And that's a pretty bad shot there. He was probably caught in two minds between shooting and passing. Probably should have passed it, but anyway. Bit of a wild shot there from Seattle. So far, so good. Salazar. Martial. Oh, he just leaves the ball behind. Not good. I'm super happy with Zimmerman. I feel like Zimmerman and Abubakar can probably have a really good partnership. Oh, Salazar again. He's onside. That's his second goal of the game. And we are 4-0 up at the moment. Cisneros with another assist to his name. Yeah, Salazar pretty much unmarked. Both of their center defenders were going after Fernandez there. All right, there we go. 4-0 victory. Very impressive, to say the least. Yeah, as you can see, dominant win for Inter. And there we go. We have a lot of debuts. We've got Zimmerman, Gaspar, McDermott, Fernandez, and Ripken all on debut for that 4-0 victory. Cisneros, man of the match with his goal and assist. And I will join you guys back in the 6 days for the SKC. Alright, so let's get into the lineup here. We're going to go with the same exact lineup. Nothing else to really go over. The only other thing is Bessler is back, so he's going to come on the bench. And we have removed one of the strikers. Unfortunately, Fernandez is the man to drop to the bench. And that is because, well, Kranz has played really well during preseason. So we'll stick with him for now. But Fernandez and Ben Chen, they will probably play quite a bit. The only thing is, Keane is really suited to the deep-lying forward support role, which is what this sort of tactic needs, because the deep-lying, the striker, drops deeper to allow the box-to-box midfielders and the wingers to all get into more advanced positions itself. Anyway, that's all. We've also actually got Mueller on the bench there as well, as Locklear played a game for the second team. I did actually set up friendlies for the second team. They're not actually entered into any actual league, so they don't play any games. So they're not really doing anything, and it was kind of pointless. Anyway, let's get into this game against Sporting Kansas City. Now, looking at their team, they've got some good players. Plata, Nemeth, Emmanuel is a very, well, I mean, he didn't play too well, but he's a very good right back there as well. I think I had him on my last MLS save with Atlanta United on last year's game, so I know him. He's pretty decent. He's probably not as good as Olasunde, but he's a very similar type of player. Anyway, I'm looking for another very positive performance We are at home again for this game, so I'd love a repeat. But, I will take a 1-0. I'm quite happy to win 1-0. And Miscic has opened the scoring in the 2nd minute of the game. He likes to open the scoring. Did it in the first game of the episode, and now he's also done it in this one here. I mean, we're on Dream Street at the moment. Everything is going well for us. The real question is, how long is it going to take for something to go bad? Hopefully as long as possible. This tactic has been very, very solid for me with the AC Milan series. We do go on unbeaten runs for quite some time. And then every now and then and I say unbeaten runs, but we do pick up quite a few draws as well. Ooh, Zimmerman with a decent header there. But yeah, the thing is, we just don't lose too many games with this tactic. Or at least we haven't so far on AC Milan, or with AC Milan. Miscic can't get a header on that ball there. Garza wins it back. The back post, and Cisneros again with a goal for himself. And that's, 2 in 2 games. But yeah, Garza doing really well. I mean, he lost the ball, but then he really tried to regather it. And Cisneros unmarked at the back post. Great stuff. 2-0 already. I mean, looks like we have another highlight here as well, so can we get a 3rd goal? That is the real question. Cisneros all the way out to Miscic. Decent cross, and there we go. Will Keane getting his 1st goal, and Miscic with another assist there, adding to his tally for his Inter Miami career. But good to see Keane get a goal, fairly early this season. He had some pretty bad spells last year. I think he went sometimes 8 or 9 games without a goal. So yeah. And we're 3-0 up again. I mean, back-to-back games. Looks like we're going to go into half-time 3-0 up. Unless SKC get a goal, and they do. Essentially right on the stroke of half-time. Pretty straightforward free kick. And, not a lot of defending going on there either. First shot on target. And they get a goal. Pretty typical, but, we're still in the lead. I'm still relatively comfortable. And let's just hope that we continue this result in the same fashion we have so far. Well, we've stolen the ball away. Salazar did really well. Martial dropping deep. Cisneros. Can he beat his man? Yes, he can. Skins him. Nice little cross. Keane. Oh, he's got to score that. Really good opportunity. We'll make a sub here. We'll bring Zelalem on for Salazar. Not playing too well today, Salazar. Ooh, Cisneros. Unmarked header. Should have been another goal. And Zimmerman, the big centre-back, pushing forward down the right wing somehow. Ooh, Martial's lost it, and Zimmerman's caught out as well. Damn it. He's trying to get back. Cross goes in. Plata, Nemeth, 3-2. Nemeth is a very, very good striker for the MLS. Yeah, we were just undone there. I think it looked like we just tried to push too many players forward. One of them being our centre-back. And he was caught out of position, and then we were just on the back foot the whole time, really. As you can see, second shot on target, and they get a goal. Alright, Zelim, Martial goes out wide to Gaza. And he gets tackled. Alright, Cisneros. Can he cross it? He can. Fabinho. Oh, what a nice goal. Really, really nice goal. I would say a pretty difficult angle to actually score there. Fabinho bringing it back, or bringing us back into a much more comfortable position. 4-2 up now. Just under 20 minutes left to play. Cisneros with another assist. Looks like he might actually win back-to-back Man of the Match awards. There's a real possibility of that. Now we've got SKC just pumping the ball long to no one, really. Ooh, it's a bit of a hospital pass there by McDermott. But we do manage to hold on to it, and that's a... Wow. That was such an interesting attack there. Miscic switched it to Cisneros, who literally switched it straight back out to him on the volley. Anyway, Miscic coming forward again here. Lays it inside to Gaza. Ooh, hits the post. Olasunde, no way. Also hits the post. What are the chances? What are the chances? Alright. We'll make our last sub here. Mueller can come on for Cisneros. Well, it's not our last sub, but our last sub of the game. And there we go, 4-2 victory. So back-to-back wins to start off the MLS season. That one wasn't as convincing. Conceding 2 goals from 2 shots on target at the time. Not a great thing. He endured 16 frustrating hours of competitive football. Wow. Okay. There we go. Cisneros, once again, man of the match. Another goal, another assist to his name. And like I said, we find ourselves in a pretty decent position. Unfortunately, New York have actually won 3 of their games. And we've only, of course, played 2. So hopefully we can do that as well. Our next game is against Cincinnati at home. Yeah, that is going to wrap the episode up, guys. If you could drop a like on the video, it'd be much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel as well. As always, apart from that, take it easy and goodbye.